Live from the Moody Campus Radio Studios in Chicago, Illinois, this is The Letter M. The Letter M. The Letter M. The Letter M. The Letter M with Van Ferro and Andrew Shroyer. And we're doing Justin Bieber Night only here on The Letter M with Van Ferro,
Andrew Shroyer,
and Jeremiah Medley.
Woo-hoo! I can't believe we are doing this. Like, oh my gosh, Graydon, wherever you are, I am sorry I caved in to popular demand.
Well, I mean, you didn't get it last semester, so we're doing it this semester.
Okay, so tonight, we're doing Justin Bieber Night. We are not only going to be playing his music, but we're also going to be talking about, well, just his life, basically. So, well, before that, I guess you've heard we have a special guest tonight, Jeremiah Medley.
Woo! Jeremiah! Woo! 309!
Yeah. Oh, is he from 309?
He's my roommate.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The good old 309.
I forgot you were roommates. Okay, so Jeremiah, so this is one question that we ask everyone who guests on this show.
Get ready.
Get ready. So Jeremiah, are you single and available right now? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so you're both single and you're both available, right?
What do you mean both? Me
You're
and
both-
Shroyer?
No, you.
No.
Just you.
I'm not available.
Me?
I'm just single.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just single.
Yes, I am single and available.
Okay, so if you want to date Jeremiah Medley, you can go to our Facebook page at theletterm.mcr or on our Twitter page at theletterm.mcr. Yes.
That's interesting. To say the least.
Every one of the guests of the letter M always gets that. So tonight, actually, it's really going to be interesting because apart from Justin Bieber Night, we are going to do something at the end of the show which has not been done at all at MCR. So what is that thing? We're gonna let you know later. But okay, I think let's confront all of our Justin Bieber demons and let's just lay it all out there on the table.
You mean you confront your Justin Bieber?
No.
Yeah,
No,
I mean, I think we have a lot of things you could say right now.
I don't have Justin Bieber demons. It's like...
Well, I mean, you just revealed one of them to us just like a minute ago.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, okay, so this is what happened. Okay, so we're doing Justin Bieber Night and all that, and I played Baby, which, I don't know, whatever.
Which is a good song.
Yes, and then Andrew just started singing it without any lyrics in front of him with emotions, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like the biggest test of our friendship. I can take Joel Osteen, I can take Twilight, I can take Hannah Montana, but I cannot take Justin Bieber. Oh my gosh.
Well, you know what? I was just singing that from personal experience, maybe. Maybe that's why you feel true emotions.
Okay, so let's start. So who among you guys love Justin Bieber?
Woo!
Okay, it's Andrew. Okay. Yeah! So why do you like Justin Bieber?
Why do I like him?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, his songs are catchy, for one. You have to admit that his songs are catchy, even if you don't like him.
Yeah, right.
That is true.
Okay.
Well, the songs are definitely catchy.
Uh-huh.
Lyrics have a pretty decent meaning to them about relationships.
Like baby, like see, and boyfriend.
Well, we'll hear them later.
Typical American preteen song of dating.
Woo!
Except for I'm a little past preteen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
Maybe my maturity isn't past preteen. But
Awkward.
Okay.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be an interesting night. So, what about you, Jeremiah? Love him or hate him?
I'm indifferent.
Wow.
Okay.
I guess,
Let's hear it.
honestly, I appreciate his music. I can appreciate the talent that he offers. And especially doing this broadcast, too. It's interesting to look more into his life because I'm a musician myself, and I'm more into heavier music, alternative, heavy metal or whatever you want to call it. But I can definitely appreciate the work that he's done, and just kind of looking through his biography, too. He states that he doesn't want to be like the typical pop star. He thinks of himself as also a businessman. He also sees himself also as an actor and all these other different things that make who he is, and he writes his music and so forth. I don't know if that's necessarily completely true, but I can appreciate that from him as a musician myself, and obviously his songs are really catchy too. I'm not gonna sit here and lie about that. So, but it's definitely not. I mean, I wouldn't listen to it, on my own time. But
I don't either.
I can appreciate his talent, and I can appreciate what he has done.
Okay, so his songs are catchy, and you can appreciate him and all that. Okay, so I guess it leaves me. Well, where do I start? Actually,
with your good country accent, you're probably getting from me.
I don't know. He is just annoying. Like, honestly. Okay, so you hear him sing, and you hear like Hannah Montana without the rasp. Like, that's what I'm hearing whenever he sings.
Right.
Hannah Montana.
All right. Rasp? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for something bad.
Oh, man.
Okay, but I have an open mind, as with everything. So what?
Oh, nothing. Go ahead.
What does that mean? Like,
nothing.
I mean, just a few moments ago, you heard "Baby" and you're like, I mean, the demons open. Came out of you, man. I mean, they just.
Well, I have legion, for they are many.
Oh my gosh.
Well, okay, so we got that all out on the table. So there's actually a lot of things that we will be talking about Justin Bieber tonight. We've actually discovered things about Justin Bieber that not a lot of people actually know. I am actually surprised. So this is going to be a very interesting night because we will not only be listening to, oh my gosh, Justin Bieber music, but we would also get a glimpse on his life. Like, what kind of life does he lead? Does he lead? Who styles his hair? Like, oh my gosh. John Geiger was actually one of the people who asked, who styles his hair? We want to know who styles his hair. So, if you want to date Jeremiah, or if you have like one question that you would like to ask Justin Bieber, what would be it? Or if you want to tell us why you love him or hate him, you can go to our Facebook page at m.mcr or on our Twitter page at @m_on_mcr. So before we go on to the next section of our program, here is Justin Bieber's "As Long As You Love Me." And we're back here on the letter M for Justin Bieber.
Yeah!
Woo! Oh my gosh.
Where's the enthusiasm, Ralph?
I am enthusiastic.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I am.
That sounded like an enthusiastic.
It seemed very unsure, uncertain.
Probably, but well,
I'm just.
Okay. So we just talked about so we're still doing Justin Bieber night. Before we went on break, we actually talked about like why we love, why we hate, or why we're kind of like indifferent to Justin Bieber. So before we go ahead with our show, we would just like to give out some shout outs to our listeners. Woo-hoo! So Jeremiah, is there anyone special that you want to give a shout out?
Well, I would like to give a shout out to D3.
Woo! D3!
All boys at
D3.
Dryer 3, the best floor in the world.
Woo! Yes.
Like ever.
And I'd like to give a shout out to Elias.
Elias.
And Andrew's.
He completes the trio of our.
I wish he was here tonight.
And Elias is not available, by the way.
No,
he's not.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeremiah is though, so if you're interested, Facebook and Twitter.
Oh man.
What, we have like 30 posts now. What is it?
Whoa.
Wow. Okay.
Well, since this is an auditory medium, I would just like to describe to you how Jeremiah looks like. So God. Jeremiah is blonde, super cute. Super attractive.
Super ugly beard.
Does he have a face of radio?
He doesn't have the face for radio.
Okay, you don't have the face of radio.
And he likes wearing caps. So, so both Andrew and Jeremiah, they don't have the faces for radio. Woo-hoo. Yeah, I do have the face for radio.
Oh, whatever.
Unfortunately.
Well, what is the definition of the face of radio?
I don't think it's something we can discuss on air.
Yeah,
okay, we'll talk about this later.
We'll talk about it later. Okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Is there anyone else that you want to give a shout out to?
Well, I would like to give a shout out to everyone that is in Cincinnati, Ohio. If there's anyone listening,
Cincinnati.
Yes,
Bengal country.
Well,
What?
according to my
yes,
likes,
Cincinnati Bengals. I forgot. Yeah.
I guess according to the likes that I got from what I posted on my Facebook, my friend James Dean, my
Wait, you're
friend
friends with James Dean?
He's a wow.
I have a picture of
He's
him in my
he gets
room.
that. He gets that a lot. He gets that a lot. The Tough and Sam's. I guess that's pretty much it. In my
Okay.
family, I don't think any of my family's listening though.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but
They should
Yes.
listen to us next week because we are doing Hannah Montana.
Yes, Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana
With
slash
the best
Miley
of both
Cyrus.
worlds.
Yes. Okay, if you want us to greet somebody special on the air, or if you just want us to greet you, you can call us also at 312-329-4065. Again, that's 312-329-4065. You can also go to our Facebook page at theletterm.mcr and on our Twitter page at theletterm.mcr. So, Andrew, is there anyone special you want to greet tonight?
Well, there is somebody special I want to greet. I want to greet my dad.
Thank you. Oh. Fine, I am
but
not
that is someone
special.
special. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to greet my dad. I want to give a shout out to him. Hopefully you're listening now. Woo.
Mr.
And-
Brian Shroyer, thank you very much
Yes.
for faithfully listening to the letter M.
Yes. And my Aunt Misty is listening to us tonight, I believe.
And
so,
she is a Justin Bieber fan.
Yes.
She probably
So-
hates me right now.
well, you'll find out when you come home.
uh-oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else special that you want to greet tonight?
Well, I'm gonna get through my the rest of my family, my grandmother, both my grandparents. Hopefully you're listening, guys, and thank you for listening. People that work with my dad,
At which hospital again? I forgot.
Mon Valley Hospital.
Mon Valley Hospital is it in Connellsville or is
Nope.
it like no where?
Nope, it's outside of Connellsville.
It's outside of Connellsville. So Mon Valley Hospital.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank. Well, we
Yeah.
already did D3. We'll
Yeah.
thank our sister floor, 10
Yes.
North.
Yes.
Hopefully somebody's listening on 10 North.
Yes, the nuns on 10 North. We would like to greet you. Good night.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? They have been the
Amen.
most amazing sister floor ever. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they bake us cookies and
They're
you know,
awesome.
they feed us whenever there's open house. They decorate their floor on open house.
Yeah.
Which is, I kind of feel guilty sometimes
just-
because when they come to our floor, it's all bare and it smells like feet.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're a bunch of dudes. I mean,
Yeah.
what do you expect?
I know we
Come
don't
on
do
now.
like
Well,
streamers,
But
and
then you have
like,
me in there too, so you throw me in the mix. You have to expect something a little,
Oh yeah,
Little-
little edgy. I
Little
guess.
out of the ordinary.
I guess. So I would like to greet my roommates as usual. I'm contractually obligated to greet my roommates, Robert and
Robbie.
Andrew. So Robert
Robert.
is single and not available. He doesn't want to pursue a relationship right now, but Andrew wants to pursue a relationship right now. So if you want to,
Which Andrew?
But
Which Andrew are you referring to?
Andrew Hilsman. So, if you want to date Andrew Hilsman, and he is actually playing a basketball game right now at Solheim Center, fighting for D3, you can give us a shout out at Facebook or Twitter. I would also like to greet the people of New Hope Church. They are listening tonight. They're practicing their worship, but most likely they're listening to Justin Bieber night. So I would just like to give you guys a shout out. Wow,
All
that's a
right.
lot of people we just greeted.
Yep.
So
Quite a few.
yeah, quite a few. So now, where did Justin Bieber come from? This is actually a question that Mr. John Gager of Moody Radio would like to know. Do you know where Justin Bieber came from?
Where he came from?
I think
he's
was
from
just-
Canada.
He's from Canada?
Yeah, he's
He is
Canadian.
from Canada.
So for all of you Canadians out there, yes, Justin Bieber came from Canada. And I heard that Justin Bieber is actually, well, how should I say this? He was raised by a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
Which is I was like amazed when I read this because like I mean usually like kids are like kids like this are like raised by like really supportive parents or like two parent families and all that. It is really surprising. His mom's name is Patty Malin. I don't know if I'm saying it right because it's Canadian. Well, probably. Yeah, his mom's name is Patty Mallet, and she's I guess she's a very strong Christian. I was surprised.
Yes.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she actually got pregnant with Justin when she was 17, and she wasn't married to Justin's dad. So people were actually advising her to get an abortion, which she actually refused. So I think that was like a very good decision because like Justin Bieber right now is the third most powerful celebrity in the world.
That's something else.
Very interesting.
It is something else. So when he was growing up, he actually, I guess he was like musically gifted. He trained himself how to play piano, guitar, and the drums, and he's learning the violin right now.
Oh,
I think I saw one biography that said he learned trumpet as well.
Trumpet? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
It is pretty impressive.
That's someone who was born to do music for sure.
Yeah, someone, even though he, I don't know. Well,
opinions aside here.
Opinions aside, yeah. So, but he has like obvious musical talent, and the way that he rose to popularity is through YouTube. So when he was young,
Bless YouTube.
Yeah, bless YouTube. I know it makes like stars out of nobodies. So he would actually perform in like small concerts, and he would compete for concerts and stuff. And his mom would videotape him. I don't know if it's still like the term right now, or would video him, and then she would post it on the Justin Bieber channel on YouTube. So they've been doing that since 2007 until he was discovered by a manager who is Scooter Braun. So he's a young Jewish guy, and his mom had like some hesitations about signing him up with Scooter Braun because Scooter is Jewish, and his mom's like, well, do I really want to put my child under the care of a Jewish guy? I mean, it's nothing aside from Jews. It is something that we're just quoting out of Patty Mallett's autobiography.
Yeah.
But Scooter Braun is just amazing. He is actually partners with Usher, yes, the rapper, and they signed him up for a recording deal.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the rest is history, of course.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber, again, is the third most powerful celebrity in the world. He has 44 million followers on Facebook, and I think he said 66 million followers on Twitter.
Oh.
It's very
Gosh.
it's pretty insane.
So there's a lot of believers out there.
Yes.
Believers.
Believers. If you are a fan of Justin Bieber, apparently you're called a believer. So does it mean then that you're called a non-believer if you are not a fan of Justin Bieber?
Well, I haven't heard of many non-believers, but
like
apparently I'm talking to one right now.
Oh man.
Fine. Well, apparently you have to like convert non-believers for them to become believers. Well, so that is really interesting. Like the power of YouTube to create stars. Like who are the other stars of YouTube that you know who like became famous just because of YouTube? Like
me.
Very obvious.
Yeah.
Very obvious. Andrew Shroyer is a YouTube star. Carly Rae Jepsen.
Well, and that Justin Bieber actually helped her get popular in the U.S. with her single "Call Me Maybe."
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting how that works out.
We are actually going to play later. So yes, so we're going. Well, never mind. We'll do it later. But who else? Who else became like stars from YouTube? Is it like Rebecca Black, Friday?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's.
God.
Except she became a star in another sense, I guess.
Yeah. So
I'm not sure if I'm familiar with this.
Rebecca Black?
Really?
You're not familiar with Rebecca
Wait,
Black?
are you serious?
I don't think so.
Friday. It came after your Thursday.
Friday.
Oh
It's
my
Friday.
God.
Oh, that song?
Friday.
Yes, that song.
Okay.
Gotta get down on Friday.
Yes.
Yeah. So I
Good
don't
voice,
know.
good
It's
voice.
like
Thank you.
There's like a lot of people that's being made stars by YouTube right now, and Justin Bieber is one of them. Now, does it mean that if you can sing, you can post your videos online? I guess you can.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. If you believe that you can sing, declare it.
Yeah.
Declare it.
Declare it.
Post
Amen.
a video
Glory.
on YouTube. Yeah, but it is really amazing how powerful social media is right now. It can make stars out of nobodies, and it can make nobodies out of stars. It just destroys you just like that. Justin Bieber albums were actually marketed through Facebook and Twitter and all that. Like, oh my gosh.
Pretty insane.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I'm looking at some statistics right now. It says, I guess he had 7 songs on his album of My World, but all 7 songs hit the Billboard Hot 100.
Wow.
That's insane. That is pretty impressive.
And he is actually turning 19 years old tomorrow. So happy birthday, Justin
Yeah.
Bieber!
Yeah, and we didn't even know this, and how ironic is that?
Yeah.
That we decided to do Justin Bieber night one day before his birthday.
We actually just knew that it was Justin Bieber's birthday tomorrow, like an hour ago. So
Yeah.
we were looking over his biography just to make sure that we've got everything covered, and like Andrew's like, oh, it's his birthday tomorrow, and like really, so yeah, Justin Bieber's birthday, March 1, 1994. He is going to be 19 years old tomorrow.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Moody appropriate for marriage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So, I mean, really amazing testimony. I was blown away by by like his life, and then his mom has an equally good testimony too. So his mom has been like sexually abused, and she's been like hurt by that. She's been like weighed down by it, and then she accepted Christ when she was a kid. But then somehow for some reason she delved into like drug abuse and all that, and she didn't actually came to know Christ until she became pregnant with Justin, and now she's just a firm believer and all that. A believer and a believer.
Yeah.
Believer.
A believer and a believer. So
double blessing there.
That is just amazing. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know. It still doesn't change my opinion about his music, but then again, I've only heard like 3 of this. I would also like to give a shout out, by the way, to Chad Smith. He is the biggest believer on Driver 3.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I could be second most, but he's definitely first. He
is first. And the way I knew this was, so we were going to our favorite place to hang out, Taco Bell. I had to drive. So, and then he just plugged in his iPod, started playing Justin Bieber. I'm like, I don't know if I can take this, but we're still kind of far from Taco Bell, so I can't really like lash out. But yeah, we're still friends. Don't worry about that.
Oh yeah, good friends. Before I forget too, I just got a text. I just missed somebody. I wanna.
You just missed somebody?
I wanna give a shout out to my Aunt Tiff.
Okay.
She's listening too. Her and my Uncle Chris.
Are Justin Bieber fans?
And I don't remember having a discussion with this. I'm sure she'll text me in a minute and let me know. But yeah, from what I know, I am gonna have to say I don't know. So we'll have to find out. If you're listening, please text me.
Okay, Auntie Tiff, we would like to know if you're a believer or not. So yeah, just make sure you text Andrew. Actually, if you would like to answer any one of our running questions, like are you willing to date Jeremiah Medley?
Yeah.
Gosh.
First question. Or second question, why do you love or hate Justin Bieber? And then the third question is, you don't really have to answer all of the questions, you just have to answer one. And then the third question is, if you have one question to ask Justin Bieber, what would that question be? So if you want to answer any of those questions, you can just go to our Facebook page at theletterm.mcr or on our Twitter page at theletterm_MCR. Or you can give us a call at 312-329-4065. Again, that's 312-329-4065. Yeah. Tweet.
Yeah, having fun there, Andrew?
Maybe a little too much.
Well, you're probably missing somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Just missing somebody.
Somebody else.
I am jealous.
Somebody to love.
Somebody to love. Well, with somebody that you love, you should never say never, which is the next song of Justin Bieber that we're going to play. Only here on The Letter M. And that's Justin Bieber's Never Let You Go. Here on The Letter M. If you want to date Jeremiah Medley, you can go to our Facebook page at theletterm.mcr and on our Twitter page at theletterm_MCR.
Bearded man.
Bearded man, yes, he is a bearded man. So, yeah, you can guess on that show too.
No, I shave.
But you
I can't stand to have a
grow.
beard.
I think you could grow a great beard.
I
can tell.
I did my junior year. It was really thick, but it just
dude,
I couldn't stand it.
Well, you look good in anything anyway.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and that's for never mind.
Yep. Let's just
that commercial brought to you by.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh! I actually tried to grow a beard last summer. It didn't work. I only grew like a stubble and like a small mustache, and like I just gave up.
That would be
like 3
very
months.
interesting to see that on you.
Yeah.
Filipinos grow nice beards?
A lot of them, except for me. So I don't know why. Yeah, if you can figure out why Filipinos cannot like grow beards, you can go to our Facebook page at the letter M.MCR or on our Twitter page at the letter M on MCR. We actually got an answer from Ann Tiff.
Yeah.
Is she a believer?
Yeah,
or
she's
not?
a believer. Woo!
Okay.
A believer.
A believer and a believer.
Yep.
Yes. Okay. Wow. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna be surprised because, like, do you know that there is a new follower for Justin Bieber on Twitter every other second?
That's crazy.
That is crazy. We should have that. We should have that. Like, honestly.
Yeah, you should follow him now because I'm
Wait,
already following him.
So he has a new follower every other second.
Every other second. So, like, for example,
mind blown.
so right now,
Wow.
for the past 5 seconds, there were 3 people who just followed him on Twitter. This is
That's
amazing.
pretty insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. Yeah, he's actually like bigger than Lady Gaga, I guess, on Twitter.
He actually is. Yeah.
And he doesn't even wear a meat dress.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't really need a meat dress in order to be like.
In order to be popular.
Yeah.
You can just have a nice haircut and
Yeah.
and a good jacket.
Mm-hmm. So we talked about the early life of Justin Bieber. So now, what is happening in his life right now?
Well, I think he's playing duels.
He's playing.
I guess it's a D3 thing, maybe.
Okay,
I don't
Star
know.
Wars duels game. So that's the thing that I mean, most D3 guys are like super addicted to that game.
No.
Shout out to
we
Brandon
can stop
Fields.
whenever we want to.
Oh no! Oh no!
After the 9 plays that we've had all day,
And after like the 12 hours you've spent
and
playing
then maybe
duels.
another one more
Yeah.
time
Just
before
one more
going
game,
to bed.
we'll be done. We
Uh-huh.
can say no after one more game.
And
I
that's
swear.
where-
I mean, never say never, though. I mean,
Never say never, according
come
to
on
Justin
now.
Bieber.
I mean, I'd play, but
And never let you go. Duels never lets you go. It's like, oh my gosh.
yeah. I
Yeah.
wonder. He probably
You
plays
treat
duels.
duels like it's your baby and your boyfriend.
No,
It's like-
no, no, not that good. Not that good.
Not that good. Okay, so what's happening in Justin Bieber's life right now?
Yeah. Well, his
Well?
first single was "One Time." It was released to radio while he was still recording his debut album.
Mm-hmm.
The song reached number 12 on the Canadian Hot 100 during
Okay.
its first week of release.
Mm-hmm.
That was back in July 2009.
Okay.
It actually peaked at number 17 on a Billboard Hot 100.
Wow.
Wow.
Number 17.
Yeah. And so the album's second single was One Less Lonely Girl. And
One less. Yeah, which we'll be playing later.
we will be. Okay, good. I was just going to ask.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 promo singles were also released there. And they were released exclusively for the iTunes Store and charted within the top 40 of the Billboard 100.
Uh-huh.
One Less Lonely Girl was later also released to radio and peaked within the top 15
Oh my
in
gosh.
Canada and the US
that
being certified
video.
gold.
Yeah, that video, I'm sorry for interrupting you. That video on YouTube currently has like 179 million views.
Yes.
Wow.
Gosh.
Last night I just checked it. Almost has as much as The Climb.
Why is this guy popular? I am still wondering. Like, his hair looks like a mop.
It looks good. I used to have it, so I'm gonna defend that.
Sorry, I'm 100 years old. It's like,
Well, another fun fact, apparently
Uh-huh.
boys who want to have his haircut have to pay $3,000 to do that.
oh my gosh, why? You
I
can
don't.
pay for like
It's
half
weird.
of
I'm just looking at the statistics here of
$3,000 for a
Yes.
haircut. For a haircut, wherein it looks like there's a mop on top of your head.
Well,
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know how he does it. I don't know what he does.
I'm sure I could get my hair cut for a lot cheaper. That's because my aunt cuts my hair. So.
Yes. Mhm. Is it Aunt Tiff or who cuts your hair?
The other aunt,
The other aunt?
Misty.
Auntie
She
Misty.
is.
Yeah.
She's very good. You'll have to get your hair cut when we go back.
Yeah, just not the Justin Bieber haircut, please.
No, I'm gonna specifically request Justin Bieber.
No.
Justin Bieber haircut. So you better be
Oh
ready.
my gosh! If I just wasn't being paid $40 million
And-
for this job,
And
like,
and Chris is coming back too.
Chris Lieberman. Yes, we
Yeah.
would like to give
Oh,
a shout out
Lieberman.
to one of our most interesting members on D3, Chris Lieberman. If you're listening right now, you're the boss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Goodbye.
But I beat you at duels, so.
Okay.
Oh.
So, what else is going on at? what else is going on with JB, Justin Bieber?
Justin Bieber.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Well, I was just looking up "Baby," the lead single from his debut album, which I was singing to earlier.
Oh my gosh!
Which was
Your favorite song?
Well,
I don't want to revisit that moment of my life.
The look on your face was really good when you
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty priceless, to say the least.
Oh my gosh!
It was released in January 2010.
Mm-hmm.
It became an international hit. It charted at number 5 on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100. It reached a top 10 in several international markets.
Why? I'm sorry.
Why not? Why not? It has a great meaning. It's a good song.
You're talking about Baby?
Yeah.
A
Baby.
great meaning.
It's just a good song. And
Baby,
it's catchy.
Baby. Oh,
It's
yeah.
catchy.
Oh yeah.
It's catchy.
I mean, it's not even as good a song as like say Hosanna or
Yeah. Another song that rhymes with it. Hold your thought there.
Yeah.
Hold your words. Don't say anything.
Oh,
Remake
wow.
of it.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
We are live right now in Chicago
Yeah,
and in
nope.
Connellsville, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. And just
Sawyer,
keep your thoughts to yourself.
you're keeping
Keep your thoughts to
you're
yourself.
there's a fine line, and you're getting on the border of it. You are getting on the border.
Okay.
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 So he had a film that was released.
He has a film. Like seriously.
A
Oh
film.
my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Never Say Never.
Never say never.
Which we listened to the song a couple minutes ago, and I was singing along too.
Okay. So what does Never Say Never about? Like.
Well, it was directed by John Chu.
John Chu. Okay.
Do you know him?
No.
I have
Okay.
no idea who that is.
Well, he might because he knows directors because apparently he knows everybody in the directing business. But
No.
apparently not John Chu.
Okay.
It topped
I
the
know
bo-
Jimmy Chu, and it's because of his shoes, but I don't know John Chu.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, okay. It topped the box office.
What?
On its opening day, it got $12.4 million. It grossed $30.3 million for nearly matching the $31.1 million grossed by Miley Cyrus's 2008 3D concert film, Best of Both Worlds Concert, which holds the record for top debut for a music documentary. Oh, by the way.
Yes, we are featuring Miley Cyrus / Hannah Montana next week. So yeah, we're doing like back-to-back music people.
Yeah, and I'm not interested in Hannah Montana at all. It's just-
You're not?
No.
Yeah.
Ultimate sarcasm there.
Wow, why is this guy so popular? What do you think?
The girls love him. He's
Great.
got the looks.
Why? He looks like a girl.
Well, apparently some girls could highly disagree on
Maybe
that.
millions, not just
Yeah,
some.
yeah, many.
Oh my god.
You know what's really interesting
Uh-huh.
though is that with his with all of the nominations and whatnot that he's had,
Uh-huh.
he's only won 72 awards out of, but he's had 162 nominations.
Mhm.
So I mean,
What are some of those awards?
Name them all.
Name them all.
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously been nominated for tons of stuff. It looks like the most awards that he's won is for the American Music Awards, which I've heard is a pretty substantial thing to win. I mean, he won different awards from 2010 to 2012. 2012 he won Artist of the Year, favorite pop / rock male artist, favorite pop / rock album for Believe, which was his recent album.
It's his third. Yeah.
Yes. But for Grammy wise, he's only been nominated. He was nominated in 2011 for Best New Artist and Best Pop Vocal Album, but he didn't win it.
Yeah, I think that year the one who won was a jazz player, Esperanza Spalding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the year when they're like, "What? Justin Bieber did not win?"
Oh
It's like,
my god!
Who's this
Yeah.
girl? And like,
I was
Twitter.
just as upset.
Yeah,
But-
Twitter dumb just like was on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was probably one of them too.
I am ashamed of you.
Wow, the truth comes
Just
out.
joking.
JK.
JK.
No, but this is interesting. Kerrang, which is like kind of a, I guess it's, to my knowledge, is like a metal magazine. They gave him an award for the Villain of the Year.
Villain of the Year.
Yeah, I don't know if that is just a play on words, but I know that he's done some acting as well, though. So maybe he was a villain at one point. I don't know. But then again, they could be completely kidding around and just saying that he's just not a good artist. I don't know.
Well, I can completely understand if he won the award for Never Say Never. Like, you know.
Wow.
Wow.
That's JK.
JK, LOL.
Walls.
Lols. I just can't understand, like, why is this guy so popular? I mean, I understand, like, the industry loves him, like, tween girls love him.
This is a question.
Women from Houghton 10 love him.
Amen. Woo.
Yes.
Well, this is a question. For those awards contests, do people vote for that, or is there other factors involved?
Actually, People's Choice Awards and the MTV Movie and Music Awards are being voted by the public. The Grammys, though, it's kind of like the Oscars, wherein if you're only invited into the Recording Academy Arts and Sciences. And once you're invited, you can actually vote. I think there's like about 3,000 members who can vote on the Grammys.
So that can play a part as to why he hasn't won many awards.
Which, with People's Choice Awards...
Oh, he has a ton.
He has a ton, but he's never won anything.
He's never won anything.
Yeah, he's only been nominated for a couple of things, but that's it. Yeah. He only had 8 nominations, and he didn't win any of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's also, like, you know, this thing where they call it, like, a backlash, I guess, with award shows. If you're like the most popular, if you're like the hottest copy right now, it's like, you know, people of the industry don't generally vote for you because I guess they have, like, crab mentality or something. They just want to, like, pull you down.
Yeah, they just want to...
They can't bear that somebody else is up rather than them. So, yeah. Which I was actually surprised that Jennifer Lawrence won the Oscar this year. My wife, Jennifer Lawrence, won the Oscar for Best Actress for Silver Linings Playbook, which we have featured on the letter M on our first episode.
What was that? Was it 2 weeks ago already?
That was the first
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, first broadcast you guys did.
The first broadcast with Andrew Shroyer, and she won the Academy Award.
That was the only award it won. It was nominated for 8, but it was the only one that won. But it was up against some stiff competition, and
which, by the way, I think Argo definitely deserved it. Best Picture.
I didn't see it, but I heard that it was really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was I was so happy. Like I literally jumped out of my seat and was like, yes! When Jennifer Lawrence won, I was really happy.
Yeah, actually I wanted her to win, but I wasn't expecting she was going to win because she is like the most popular actress right now. So I'm like, well, they're probably going to give this to Emmanuel Riva. You know, but like she won, so that's awesome. But I guess the same magic isn't working for Justin Bieber right now.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, he can steal the teen girls' hearts, but he's just not stealing the
Grammys'
hearts. The Grammys' hearts, yeah. The hair. Okay, John Gager is asking, from Moody Radio, is asking, who is doing Justin Bieber's hair?
You know what? I thought I saw some facts about... Oh, here we go. It says Justin's hairdresser, her name is Vanessa Price?
Vanessa Price.
I don't know.
Oh, you know her.
Oh yeah, I totally know her. We
Vanessa Price cut Jeremiah Medley's hair.
Yes, in fact, yes.
Yeah, but his hair doesn't look as ugly as Justin Bieber's. So.
Oh, you're such a nice person.
One of our fellow D3 guys cut your hair.
Yes. Jacob Wilkinson.
Yes, which I am starting a band with, in fact, with Caleb Pipes and also Chris Olsen, which
all D3
you guys should watch out for that.
What's the name of your band?
We actually don't have a name yet, but we're going to be recording a song tomorrow, and hopefully it works out.
So the No Name Band.
So if you wanna like suggest a name for Jeremiah Medley's band, you can just let us know on our Facebook page at theletterm.mcr and on our Twitter page at theletterm.mcr. Or if you just want to date him, Facebook or Twitter.
Yep.
Or call.
I'm open to anything.
Or call 312-329-4065. He said he's open to anything. So whether you're from Houghton, from Smith, or from off campus, yes.
Yes. Speaking of that, speaking of the dating thing, Justin Bieber had a girlfriend who they recently just broke up.
He had a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Selena
Gomez.
Oh, okay.
Wizards of Waverly Place. She's a great actress. She actually got her start on Hannah Montana.
Is she like actually famous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was on Hannah Montana.
She sings now, doesn't she?
Yeah,
Wait,
she's a great singer.
So this is Justin Bieber's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was. Yeah.
Was.
They just recently broke up.
Oh, we should invite Selena Gomez for breakup night.
Oh yeah, and yeah, that would be good. Which speaking of Selena Gomez, her number one fan is my brother. So I would give a shout out to my brother.
What's her brother's name?
My brother's name is Austin.
Austin.
This may be
Austin Shroyer.
Yeah, this may be his number one favorite part of this segment here because he's not a believer, unfortunately. I haven't.
But he is a believer, right?
Oh yeah, well yeah, and yes,
It's
and
gonna be really awkward.
and he's a Selena Gomez fan. So
Wow. So can you tell us more about what's with this relationship? Like, is it like even like a healthy relationship, or is it like?
well, I mean,
That is an interesting question.
Yeah.
I do not know.
Because
But, I mean, I guess this is the most interesting thing to me about him is that he's a very open Christian. And even, actually, in fact, one lady, her name's Kathleen Falzani. She came out with a book called Belieber, Fame, Faith, and the Heart of Justin Bieber. And kind of talks about the fact that he doesn't completely outspeaks or just kind of talks about Jesus all the time, like just without people asking. But if anyone does ask him and wants to talk to him about Jesus, he's very open to it, which I found that very surprising, and he's been very open to giving Jesus praise for his music talent and so forth. Although, based on the fruit that he's, I guess, produced through his music, I don't really necessarily see him, worshiping God and his music a ton, but...
Wow, so Justin Bieber is a Christian, I guess.
Yeah, yes.
yeah, I was actually watching something live when he won an award, and he thanked God, and he's like, not only that, I thank Jesus as well, and
Yeah.
because without him I would be nothing. But do we have that?
Yes, we actually have it. So we're going to play this. This is the part where he wins a Moon Man, which is the awards from the MTV Movie Awards, or is it like the? Oh no, it's the Video Music Awards. Sorry, of movie of like music television or MTV. Here it is. Wow.
Yeah. So there you go.
That's cool.
Wow.
And in other interviews, I read another thing about, I guess he was in an interview with Rolling Stone, and he was very, very open to talking about Jesus, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's good to see. I think that's one thing I really, really enjoy about him is that at least in a culture where we're so, where everyone is so focused on each other, celebrity-wise, at least he is giving credit to Christ. And apparently he grew up in a conservative evangelical background by his mom. And that's interesting, and I thought that was really cool that happened with him, and that he continues to do that. Although based on the things that he says and comments about his success, he might say that he glorifies the Lord with his work, but then again, he doesn't really show it a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean,
and he doesn't curse.
yes, and I quote, you know, he says that I will never curse in a song, never.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he said.
I admire him because, like, in some of my movies, I had to, like, which is pretty bad. I highly like. I don't like that, but you know, well, it just happens. So yeah. We actually found another clip of Justin Bieber. So this time he was asked about his faith in God, and I already forgot who was interviewing him here. But yeah, we are going to be playing that to you right now. Amen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all tween girls on the audience.
Believe. Oh, that's great.
Interesting.
Amen.
Believe.
Like declare it?
Declare it. Yes.
Declare it. Interesting.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Although, I mean, he was pretty hesitant. I mean, he was just like, I believe, you know, in Jesus.
Well, because like the thing is, like Hollywood and the entertainment industry as a whole is very anti-Christian right now.
Yeah.
So you know,
it takes some guts no matter what.
Oh,
just
yeah.
to say that.
just to say that in front of like tween girls who's probably like, you know, I don't know, thinking of something.
Probably.
in their minds.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably like, you know, I worship Justin Bieber. I'm a believer. You know, I'm not a Jesus believer. So
yeah.
I mean,
and how do you actually do that? You know, wherein like, you know, what if you have like fans who are worshiping you, the creature, instead of the creator? How do you like do that? I think we're going to talk more about that on the application part, but I think we are very ripe for a music break. And that is a quintessential moody song.
Yeah.
Boyfriend by Justin Bieber.
Justin.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I'm friends with the Belieber. Oh gosh.
I mean, Justin Bieber says believe, man. You gotta believe.
Declare it.
Declare it.
Declare
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. If you are just here on the studio, Andrew.
Insanity.
It's insanity. It is insanity.
No, yeah, that's our insanity catchphrase.
Well,
so.
we're also going to be featuring Insanity after spring break. So.
Yeah.
Insanity and
Pumping some
P90X.
iron.
Yeah, so we'll be trying it. I mean, Andrew is like much more buffer and hotter than me, so he can do it. Yeah. But oh my gosh, if you're just here and while we're playing that song, you can see oh my gosh, I am ashamed.
I'm ashamed.
So he's like singing the song and it's like acting it out. I'm like, gosh, I can't believe
He's a
it.
true believer.
Yes.
Woo!
So if Andrew was your boyfriend, or if you want Andrew to be your boyfriend, you can go to our Facebook page at theletterm.mcr or on our Twitter page at theletterm on MCR, and he is going to sing "Boyfriend" by Justin Bieber on your first date.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except for Jeremiah has to teach me to play guitar first.
Oh yes. Jeremiah plays guitar, which is an additional like points for girls. So if you want to date Jeremiah Medley instead,
I can
which I highly recommend.
Sweet tunes to your
I can
ears.
teach him to play country.
Wait, so you play guitar. What else do you play? And do you sing?
Yeah. I play drums and bass mainly, but I do sing and I play guitar.
Plays a guitar.
Wow.
And I barely play the piano, but yeah.
WG, white guy with guitar. These are the kinds of guys that win American Idol. White guys with guitars.
Yeah. What was it? Last year? He was a country music singer too.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Philip Phillips.
Yeah.
White guy with white guy with guitar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scotty McCreery.
Yeah. You just keep piling on.
See, I don't follow these things at all, so I'm just not on the loop.
Yeah. Okay, so Jeremiah's blonde, very good looking, plays guitar, kind of plays piano, but most likely he plays it really good. He's just being like humble about it.
And he's a part-time duels player too, so.
Part-time
Yes,
player.
yes.
Yeah.
I plan on being a full-time player, a professional player of duels here pretty soon. So
Well, just
my
because
gosh.
just because it's fun, we've worked really hard. After this, we're gonna go play a good game of duels.
let's do it.
Yes,
yes.
we are playing
Jeremiah, Elias, if you're listening, and Brandon Fields, if you're listening. All four of us. Duels? I mean,
Duels?
we'll play.
Oh my
Duels?
gosh.
And Chris Lieberman and Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
let's do
3 on
it.
3.
Jake's
Let's
admired.
go.
Yes. Also, I would like to give a shout out to the people who kind of like helped in putting the show together. So I would like to thank John Yeager of Moody
Yeah, John.
Radio. Thank you very much for giving us suggestions on what to talk about Justin Bieber because what's up there. Also, we would like to give we would also like to give a shout out to Graydon. Graydon, yeah.
Yeah.
Graydon was the co-host of Letter M last season. And Graydon, when you're ready, it's like you can come back anytime. Because oh my gosh, this night was such a revelation. It's just earth-shattering. Like, you can come back anytime you want, like really.
Yep. Yeah. I think I'm kicked off.
Uh-oh, Shroyer.
No. Do you know that we're like, a lot of people are listening because of you, Andrew?
I mean,
He's a popular
Yeah.
man.
and
We're getting like the 13 to 49 demographic, especially with the women. Yes.
well, it, my favorite character, Ewan McGregor, says in Big Fish. You know, till the day I die, there's only one.
Oh my god.
All right, let's
Okay.
let's get back on track here.
Yeah. Okay.
Where's
So-
the tracks at?
Okay. Application. We are at the most significant part of the letter M. So the letter M exists not only to let people know there are dateable guys at Moody,
Yeah.
but also we
Two of 'em.
exist because we would like to foster conversations between each one of us, believers to believers and like believers to unbelievers, about like the popular things in our culture right now. Because I think that if we're not going to be able to foster these conversations, it would be hard for us to reach unbelievers. So, it's that's why the letter M exists. And the application part is something that we always look forward to. Now, after the application part, this is something that you really have to look forward to. We are going to do something that no other MCR host has ever done before. And Jeremiah's like, he just knew about this like 30 minutes ago. It's like, well,
This is gonna be fun.
what is that
It'll
thing
be
that we're going to
interesting.
do? Yes. So, we'll reserve that to like the end of the show.
Till later.
Yeah, but how can you apply Justin Bieber to Christianity? And like,
Well,
He has a couple ideas. I have a couple ideas, and you said you had a couple ideas too.
yeah,
so.
but you can go ahead.
Jeremiah,
first.
go ahead first, because you said
well, I mean, in
As he said, well.
in my honest opinion, in all honesty, I really admire the fact that he does talk about Jesus, to these kids. I mean that's a pretty big deal, and especially since there's so many kids that look up to him and preteens, whoever. When he talks about his faith, I think that definitely gives, I'm sure there's believers of Jesus, who listen to him, and I think that gives a sense of confidence for people, who believe in Jesus to, stand up for their faith and so forth. although, that could also be a problem though, because they should be standing up for their faith because of Jesus, not because of Justin Bieber, if you know what I mean, in some ways. But that helps. He does help to encourage that.
Oh yeah.
But I guess he says that he believes in Jesus and so forth, but I mean, clearly, he says he's a businessman and he wants to, he wants to make, he even compares himself with Michael Jackson. I mean, he wants to be the king of pop. And I mean,
Tall step there.
it doesn't sound to me like he's trying to glorify Jesus in that, as he claims to make it out to be. I think back to Matthew 16. you know how it's like, well, what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? You know, I mean, and that's something we have to be careful about, especially in the high position that he's in, is just making sure that our number one priority is giving Christ the glory for the things that we do on this, on this earth and in this life. So I admire that he can speak out his faith. And unfortunately in our American culture, even this one author that I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, her name is Kathleen Falsani, of the book called Belieber, Fame, Faith, and the Heart of Justin Bieber. She even mentions that he's more outspoken about Jesus than even some adults.
Exactly.
And that's just, that's shocking to me because, Jesus calls us to pick up our cross daily and follow him and to preach the gospel. And so I would hope that, I guess in a culture that's getting more harsh towards Christianity, it's important that we stand up for Christ as much as we can and live our lives for him as much as we can. So, yeah,
Wow.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is really amazing because there's a lot of like Christian people who have gone over to the entertainment industry, and it just seems like they just never talk about their faith. I mean, we're not going to mention names, of course, because we don't want to sound like legalistic pricks, but
Exactly.
Yeah. So okay, so there's Justin Bieber. We're actually proud of him. Like honestly,
Yeah,
even if I don't like his
absolutely.
music, it's like kudos to him because not everyone can just do that. Like just.
Yep.
Tell on national television that he thanks Jesus and
Yeah,
yeah
absolutely.
That there was, I was watching that live, and as I was like, wow, like completely taken back by that because there, especially at the MTV Awards, there's harsh non-believers there.
Oh yeah,
like
definitely.
avid
Yeah,
atheists
yeah.
there, and to say that there it takes a lot of guts. Like
Absolutely.
it's hard to say what you could do like in that situation. So that definitely took a lot of guts. One thing that I remember, and this is going back to even last year. This is using your platform for whatever, and this can go back to your job, to whatever. But I remember last year that you brought up the interesting question: what if they're worshiping more Justin Bieber than
God
Jesus?
himself.
Yeah.
They were asked, if you remember last year, one of the biggest figures in NFL football was Tim Tebow. And as you know, he's a true, strong, outspoken Christian. And they asked him the same question because he was huge. I mean, it got, and people were just going crazy about it. Like, they had the most hits in history of Twitter when they beat the Steelers in the playoffs.
Yep.
The most hits. And I was watching that game, and so at that point they asked him, like, what do you do on your platform if you feel like people are worshiping you? And he goes, I'm just going to use my platform to do whatever I can, and whatever those people do, I hope that they're listening to my words. And he said, I'm just going to tell them to just believe in Jesus and to keep Jesus first place, and that's what he said that I'm going to do. And so I think that Justin's definitely doing a very good job at doing that, as we've seen, and we can do that in our everyday life. And now most of the people at Moody, although I know a few that are going to have ministry related positions, whether it's in a church or whatever it is.
Church, non-profit,
Right, exactly. So most of us are going to have jobs there, but even if you're, if you're in a business, or if you're, whatever job you can think of, if you're a nurse, if you're, a respiratory therapist, if you're an accountant, whatever your job may be, you can use your platform that God has given you to further the gospel.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's one thing that I announced. So we can continue to go around as we think of more, because I'm sure that I'll think of more. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Take your turn, Van.
Actually, like, my thing was also like on the same lines, and I think I think I would deal more with like how sometimes how unforgiving some Christians are when it comes to like things like these. Like so okay, there are like people who who actually go out there and they they glorify Jesus Christ in whatever they do. Like. I think it's more of like a question for me than something like where do we actually pick the line between oh yes we approve of Justin Bieber because he he glorifies Christ, and oh I don't approve of Justin Bieber because it seems like he's glorifying himself more than Christ. Like where do we actually draw the line for that? Because because like any artist can any Christian artist can say that oh I love Jesus Christ, I believe in Jesus Christ, and still at the end of the day people are like, well, he or she didn't really like, he or she was more focused on him or herself rather than where do we actually draw the line? I think that's like my question here, because like that is a very difficult line to draw, especially if the thing that you're doing in your job or in your platform is something that's not exactly glorifying. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have like pastors' daughters who became like big pop stars, and then all of a sudden like the things that they do don't quite agree with the Christian life, and yet in private interviews they say that they love Jesus and all that, but their body of work says otherwise. So how does that actually like go? And that's the one thing I like about I never thought I'd say like in Justin Bieber in like one sentence. but that's the one thing I like about him. He has a standard that he is not going to curse in his songs, which right now it's
a very shallow standard, but that's good. That's commendable.
But there are actually people whose main stumbling block is they're counting those F words that they hear on the movies and on like songs or something, and they would actually decide whether to support or listen to that song or that movie by how many curse words are there. Unfortunately, there are Christians who are like that. I mean, we just can't ignore that segment of the Christian population and call them like legalistic, because of course they have their own reasons for for holding that. Yep. So that is like the big question I have. Like, where do we draw the line as Christians? Because like most of the time we come off as people who criticize a lot. We have like a critical spirit, and when people from outside of Christianity sees us as that, wherein we criticize somebody who's supposedly within our flock, they're like, oh, these Christians, they're just so critical, and it's like they just don't appreciate talent, and we immediately like destroy the testimony of Christianity right there. So and I'm also guilty of that. Sometimes there would be like say a singer at church and like that, and like well, I appreciate her for singing, but I wish they have gotten a better one, but I think that's like one thing that we always wrestle every day. When one of us is up there, how do we respond to it? And what is the proper response and what is like the improper response? Now I don't know anything about that because I'm just a comm major. I'm not like biblical or pastoral or whatever. So but that's like the one question I have.
Well, it's interesting because I'm in my disciple making class. I'm reading a book called Unchristian. Which is which in that book, it's by, I guess it's backed up by the Barna Group, who they do different statistics on unbelievers about what they think about Christianity, what their opinion is about Jesus and so forth, and it was very profound because the author was just talking about how people are getting more offended by Christianity more and more, and a lot of times, there's times where us as Christians, it's been because of bad experiences, by things that of us being condemning, and it's very interesting because when we offer the gospel to people, it's going to offend their spirit, it's not an easy walk, but we need to at the same time emphasize the grace that we have, through Christ. We need to help them see their sin, but at the same time see the grace and the salvation and the joy in Christ, that He is everlasting, and that
Amen.
And that we, instead of pursuing these worldly things that are eventually going to fade away, that Christ will be living forever and ever. And so it's just, it's upsetting. It's very upsetting because a lot of times, Christians are seen as, very condemning, very conservative, not in touch with reality, and it's just that needs to change in some aspects, but at the same time, though, we should never cheapen the gospel because of that, and so there's a fine line with that. We don't want to offend, but at the same time, the gospel is going to ultimately offend people. If we tell the word, so we just have to pray that people's hearts will be open to that. So
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think it all goes back to what I talk about a lot is your internal heart, is what your heart is saying about that. Like, his statement about wanting to be as big as Michael Jackson. I mean, honestly, I want to be one of the best pastors that I can be. I mean, and I don't think that there's any shame in saying I want to be one of the best pastors and be able to bless a lot of people because I mean, that's what you should strive for. I mean, I don't think you should strive for mediocrity and to say. So I think that that's good. I think it all goes back to the heart. Like, what is the heart was saying that? Like, and I quote this verse a lot because this is one of my favorite verses. It's from Titus 1:15, and it says, "To the pure in heart and conscience, all things are pure." And so when you're seeing everything through like a Christian lens and everything being pure, everything, you're going to be striving for the best, but you're not going to be doing it for, to glorify myself. I'm going to be doing it using my platform to glorify Jesus.
Amen, man.
So that's it. I think that's what it all goes back to. So I think that answers the question.
Yeah. Actually, before we go back to this section, I would just like to promote all of the other shows of MCR. We are not the only cool show here on MCR.
Yes.
There's like 10 other cool shows here on MCR. So I would just like to give a rundown of that. So I think we've played like promos for all these other shows. Amazing hosts. I've never met them, but they're amazing.
Yeah, you've met some of them.
I've met some of them, I guess. Yeah. I'm sorry. Okay, so on Mondays, so there are two amazing shows. So the Bearded Gospel goes from 6 to 8 with Tex.
Woo! I'm gonna be listening to that.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Any bearded men.
bearded man. Yeah, and you don't really need the beard to listen to it.
That's true.
And then of course we have from 8 to 10 Scrabble with
Yeah.
our program director Liz Dugan and Olivia Westwood. Yes, Olivia, if you are listening right now, we would like to guest you. Please, please, please. Even if you are just reading a refrigerator manual, we would highly appreciate it. Yes.
Man, Shroyer's getting a kick right now.
Yeah. Because we say this every week.
We have an unabashed crush on Olivia Westwood.
You.
No.
You.
Us.
No, you.
You.
Oh yeah, because you have a different crush.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. And then on Tuesdays we have David and Trevor. David, I actually know him from Communications, in but not of. If you want to learn about the issues it's currently confronting the men of Moody, this is the show for you. So it's from 6 to 8, and then Gabe's and Joel go for Recon from 8 to 10. Yeah, no, not Joel Osteen. Not Joel Osteen. And then we have Sandy Dalton and Alicia Taylor for Espresso Shot News. So they go through like the different news of the week from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. And then on Wednesday we have In Action with Aaron. Is that how you pronounce Aaron? 2 A's. Sorry.
Yep, Aaron.
Yeah, in the Philippines we pronounce it as Aaron. So okay,
Aaron.
Aaron and Caleb from 8 to 10, and The Reach with Adam and Andy from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. And then, of course, on Thursday, we have The Bear and the Potato of The Den from 6 p.m. to 8 a.m. I'm sorry, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And, of course, one of the cool shows here at MCR, The Letter M, 8 to 10 with Ferro and Andrew Shroyer.
Yeah.
Yes. And we have like our different guests too, who are also equally important. And then on Fridays we have Face to Face, which is one of MCR's new shows. It's hosted by Adelina from on Fridays from 6 to 7, and then Table Talk with Ed from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. So there are a lot more cool shows on MCR other than The Letter M. So we would just like to let you know of that. You can also go to moodycampusradio.com to listen to us and to see, what these shows are all about, who are the hosts and all that, get to know us and all that. So you can go there. Also, you can go to our Facebook page, the Moody Campus Radio, and of course with The Letter M, theletterm.mcr, and on our Twitter page at The Letter M on MCR. Wow. That was Justin Bieber night.
Yeah.
Woo! That was like a lot of emotions going on.
Man. I'm just gonna have a crash when we get back.
We were playing duels.
After
remember?
duels.
After duels.
Yeah. Then
then staying up all night and working on homework.
No, I'm going to bed.
Okay, do you guys have any final thoughts on Justin Bieber night before we do that thing that no other MCR host has ever done before?
Yeah. Go ahead first.
Yeah,
I mean, I have a lot more respect for him.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah. And honestly, originally when I walked into this, I had respect and appreciation for his music. He's a very, very talented musician, and of course, as well as businessman is what he calls himself. I mean, he's definitely made a name for himself. I mean, he started, from the
YouTube.
He started from YouTube, and now he's the third most powerful celebrity apparently, and that's a pretty big feat according to the world, I guess, in the world's eyes.
Yeah.
but yeah, it's definitely in the midst of a very attacking culture towards Christianity. It's cool that he still speaks about Jesus, and I just pray that he's growing in Christ.
Yeah.
And that he is getting pastored in some sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Because he has a grueling tour schedule. He is going to be here in Chicago on July.
Yeah, July 19th, I believe.
Yeah. So for all of you believers out there, if you want to see Justin Bieber in the flesh, 100 feet away, I guess,
Yeah.
but still in the flesh. Yes, he is coming here to Chicago on July 19th.
Yeah. He has a great pastor.
Yes. Andrew, who is super happy right now. Any final thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I have even more respect for him now, that we've gone over this, and just, man, it's just great to hear some of the more things that he's interviewed on, and just great. And also, I wanted to thank one more person for listening, and thank you for everybody listening back home.
Yes.
For all of our
thank
listeners,
you.
thank you for bringing the letter M to the top.
Yeah.
Yes.
And one more I didn't mention by name. Beth Luciani, she's one of my dad's friends that he met at the hospital, and she's listening tonight as well. So,
Amen.
Thank you for
Luciani,
listening.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And so thanks for my dad, stepmom, grandma, my brother, my hopefully my other grandma, grandpap, just the rest of my family, my aunts, mom.
Mon Valley Hospital. For all of the staff and patients who are currently listening to us, we hope that we're giving you some laughs right now.
I feel like I'm Jennifer Lawrence winning an Oscar.
Well, we can see how happy you are, and we are very happy for you.
Yeah. Maybe I'll be even happier next week.
You have to be. Yeah, if not, well, I am going to do something about it.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. And, and that has been the letter M on MCR. Right. So that has been Justin Bieber night. So don't forget, next week we are doing Hannah Montana / Miley Cyrus night.
Yeah.
So we're actually we're pretty excited about it. So well, this has been the letter M on MCR. This is Van Ferro
Andrew Shroyer.
and our guest.
Jeremiah Medley.
Thank you very much and have a good night.